The move by Ottawa to freeze the number of handguns being imported and sold in Canada is being applauded by many who have been trying to deal with the issue of gun violence in this country, but it does stop short of a ban, and that's why gun control advocates say their work isn't yet done.
It's a three-dimensional puzzle, and you only saw one dimension yesterday.
Lewis March would love to see more young people playing in the park near his home in Scarborough. Instead, the founder of the Zero Gun Violence movement says they're too often caught up in the complicated cycle of guns and gangs on the street.
So far in the city of Toronto, this year compared to last year, gun shootings are up 20%, have increased. Gun homicides have increased 58%.
New federal legislation would cap the number of legal guns in Canada with a freeze on sales, increase criminal penalties, remove licenses from those who commit domestic violence, and create a red flag law requiring those considered dangerous to surrender firearms.
If the legislation that was announced yesterday in C-21 was in play, how many of that shootings would it have prevented? Zero. Zero. It would not have impacted any of those shootings that took place because those shootings are illegal guns smuggled across the border.
Those connected to the 2018 shooting on Danforth Avenue, where 2 people were killed and others injured, have been pushing for new gun laws since the deadly incident.
Does this meet your expectations?
I think it's a step in the right direction. It's certainly, and here's why we think it is. Like, number one, it's comprehensive. Like, while the Danforth families are often associated with advocating for handgun bans, that's not the only thing that we were looking for.
On Monday, a .22 caliber handgun and clip with 10 rounds of ammunition were seized during the arrest of a 15-year-old boy in Toronto. It's not known at this point where the weapon came from.
Why does anybody living in a big city, in particular the city of Toronto, need to own a handgun? And this will freeze the number of handguns in the country, together with what we will continue to do, which is to invest in kids and families to make sure that that the root causes of crimes are addressed.
Those fighting the problems on the front lines, though, say they're still waiting for results.
What more needs to be done beyond what the federal government announced yesterday?
There's a lot more that should have been done yesterday. There should have been a collaborative effort with the feds, the province, and the city agreeing on a strategic action plan.
The government also announced that it is moving ahead with its mandatory buyback program, first announced 2 years ago, for more than 1,500 different assault-style weapons. That program is expected to start taking place before the end of this year. For City News, I'm Mark McAllister.